So hey, what's up? I have like a lot of gifts, and if you one of the ones who have gifts also, it's time for you to start tapping into it. Because if you don't, you can miss something, or you can actually, someone can cause harm to themselves because you didn't decide to tap into your gift. So here recently, I've been like feeling like misery. I've been feeling it like in my gut. But it's not like misery for me, because I'm okay. But it's misery for other people, what people are feeling. And I know that I'm a seer, but I'll be forgetting some of the responsibility of the seer. And sometimes they can feel things, need to get down there and start praying. And I ain't really been doing that, like talking about it. But I had this I consider this guy to be a friend, but he's a coworker. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna try to say anyone's name, unless I have permission to say their names or whatever. But they got 2 other videos I had made before, but that's not even on his YouTube channel. I didn't even care. I kind of went off and said things about them guys, said things about me. But so it was like I felt this person pain, and this was really before I start like really tapping into like okay, I know what I gotta do now. It was like out of nowhere, bro. For like 3 days straight, I just wanted to unalive myself. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand why. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to unalive myself. Like I said, this is recently. I just wanted to unalive myself. And I didn't know why they was coming towards me, so I went on the fast. I went on the fast because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking somebody trying to throw some witchcraft on me or something. People jealous out here, man. And so I went on the fast, you know what I'm saying, trying to break that, because I don't when I was coming up, I came up so poor. I thought about unaliving myself a few times, but that didn't happen in decades. So for it to come out of nowhere like that, I was like, oh hell no. So I went on the fast, and I was trying to figure out what who was putting that curse on me. So after I fast, I get a call. Oh, so I'm sorry. So when I was fasting, all of a sudden I just started seeing like flashes of this friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? I just started seeing flashes of him. And for like the first day I didn't really pay no mind, but it was like a flash, I just wasn't thinking of it. And then the second day, it was almost like I felt sorrow. I felt his pain, and I was like, oh man. I said, not my bleep. You know what I'm saying? I use the N-word. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to curse on my videos, man. Like I said, the other 2 I got on another channel, I was cursing so much, man. Woo. But that was the way that message. That was the way that message had to come across for them to understand. So I'm not trying to curse in my videos. So I was like, not my, you know what I'm saying? I was like, not my dog. You know what I'm saying? So before I started praying for him, like the 3rd day came, and it was almost like, because me and him talked about this, you know what I'm saying? It was like but I didn't really tell him this part right here, what I'm about to say. It's like I saw his funeral, and when I saw his funeral, you know what I'm saying, it was like I started crying, man. I didn't tell him this part though, but I started crying. and it almost like if it already had happened, like if he already had done unalive himself. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was too late. You know, I was too late because, like I said, I should have been start praying, but I didn't wait. I waited till later, and it was like on that third day, it kind of felt like I was too late. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I got a lot of freaking little ants in here, man. So I started praying. I started praying for, you know, for my dog, man. I started praying for my brother, and after I prayed for him, you know, and it wasn't that I like I was praying like you know, like heavenly hard praying for him, because man, sometimes my prayers can be so powerful and they can happen so quick. So it was like I was saying some quick ones, but you know, he was on my mind. You know what I'm saying? And I was praying for my brother. And so after I got finished praying, you know what I'm saying, I felt better. You know, that was on that third day. And then that next day, he calls me out of nowhere, and we just started talking. He was just like, bro, he said, you know what I'm saying, because he had got in an accident, and he had got some surgeries, different things took, you know, on him, and you know, he couldn't eat, drink, certain things. You know what I'm saying? He just felt miserable. And so he was telling me all that and how he wanted to unalive himself. And you know, he was like, you know, he was like, you know, pretty he was speaking real about it. You know what I'm saying? And when he was saying that, it was like, that's whenever I got what I was supposed to do. That's whenever I got the confirmation. And I told him that, I said, man, I wasn't trying to cut him off, but I was smiling though the whole time he was telling me this, because, you know, because I wasn't sure if that even was going down with him. You know what I'm saying? I really wasn't sure. But I just you know, I just was obedient and just started praying, you know, praying for my dog. So and sure enough, when he was telling me that, man, I was smiling, and I was telling him, I said, I don't know what kind of connection you and I got other than work. But I said, man, look, bro, I said, man, God was showing me all that stuff. You know, the Most High was showing me all that. And I said, man, I started praying for you, brother. I said, man, I had to start praying. And he was telling me how he was telling his wife, like, you know, like nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what he was thinking. But he said he was telling his wife, like, man, somebody out there praying for me. Somebody praying for me. And it's like we had that conversation, you know what I'm saying? And it was, you know, it could have been other people too, right? But, you know, I know for sure it was me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and it's like, because this guy, you know, he's good people, man. You know, he's real. He's a good person, man. He's really a good person, man. You know, he's like me. You know, he been shot up. You know what I'm saying? He's been out there in that world. You know, hanging out with the wrong people, being something that he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's his story. You know, but you know, he a real one. You know what I'm saying? And but you know, he tries to give his life to God and stuff like that, man. And you know, we be encouraging each other a lot. So yeah, man. You know, it was just good to know that, you know, my prayers was working. You know what I'm saying? It was good to know that the Most High is using me in this way. You know what I'm saying? To pray for people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm so, man. I think God is gonna do. I think the Most High is gonna do something, something so great in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because, golly, there's a lot of freaking little answers here, man. Caught all over my foot. Because it's like I'm so ready to just do His will, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this now, but I was gonna put in another video. But I hadn't. Should I say it now, or should I just wait for my other video? I'm just gonna say it now because it's going with my flow. So I hadn't had sex since November of last year. Well, the chick that I was dating, my last girlfriend, we broke up in November, but I think we ended up having sex in early December of last year. So, and here we is August. You know what, August 17th today? Here it is, August, and I still hadn't had sex with no one. So I'm planning on doing a whole year without having sex. You know, I've been practicing semen retention and, you know, celibacy, you know, stuff like that. Because about 8 years ago, I did this already. I went without having sex for a whole year. And whenever I did that, that's whenever I was starting to see like I was feeling people's pain. You know what I'm saying? I was starting to feel people's pain. People just pop up in my mind, like even some people that I even won't even pray for, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was like two females one time. One of them done me real bad, and God put it on my heart for me to pray for her. I was so mad at God, man. I was so mad at him. Like, man, what you want to pray for her for? You know what she did to me? You know what I'm saying? But I did it. But it was a quick one, boy. Pooh, I mean, I'm talking about that thing came out as fast as a fart come out, cause I was done with it. But you know, again, like I said, you know, my prayers be you know what I'm saying, so powerful sometimes. It's like they work fast because I really be sincere with them. And so I was obedient. And it's now, and I said, well, man, I'm almost at a year now. And it's like, so I guess a good 3 months ago, I was starting to feel that misery, you know what I'm saying? But I was thinking it was like, you know, my baby mama's tripping, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they coming at me wrong or something, you know what I'm saying? But because I would just feel it and then be gone for a while. But this last month, it's like every day that I wake up, you know what I'm saying? Every morning that I wake up. And so I've been praying every morning that I wake up, you know what I'm like, I don't know who it is, you know what I'm saying? Other than the face that he showed with this my friend, this guy, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else, I'm not seeing their face. Well, I did actually saw, you know, a woman's face, but you know, I prayed also. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm so excited with myself right now, y'all. I'm so at peace with myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm finding myself again, you know, and not that I was way off or anything like that, but it's like I'm just glad that you know that the Most High, that the Most High is starting to use me again, you know, in that way. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you know, I'm a seer. You know, I always was told that, you know, I'm a prophet, and you know, I got so many gifts. You know, I got the gift of discernment. I got the gifts of healing hands. I got the gifts of prophecy. I got the gifts of speaking. You know, I don't think gifts of speaking in tongues. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole other thing about that also. You know what I'm saying? I got so many gifts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm probably gonna make a video of all the ones that I got. So. It's just to see them being activated and being used, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of got me, you know, feeling, you know, just got me feeling righteous, you know what I'm saying? Feeling righteous. And, yeah, you know, so, I'm finna make about 2 more videos, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the beach here in Lake Charles, you know, got all kind of, you know, people, family members, you know, everybody swimming, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty it's a nice day today. It's a little warm out here, but you know, it's I try to go to different places, you know what I'm saying, to like, you know, because I was finna make all my videos in my studio, you know, because like I said, I be messing with the music and stuff too, and I was just gonna start making nothing but music videos. Like I said, this right here wasn't even on the roster, but that's what God wanted me to start with, division videos, you know, and stuff like this. So that's what I'm starting with. So I was like, I'm not even putting no music out right now. You know what I'm saying? And so not that I'm messing with it, but I'm just not that I'm not messing with it, I'm just not putting it out right now. So yeah, man, it's I'm you know, I'm glad that I'm being obedient. And I'm glad I prayed for my dog, because, you know, he could have ended up unaliving himself from the conversation that we had. Because I almost didn't pray. You know what I'm saying? Well, I almost could have been too late, because I felt like I was too late. You know, so I'm not gonna be late no more. I'm not gonna be late no more. You know, as soon as I feel it, I'm fixing to pray. But every day for the last almost month, it's like I wake up like miserable. But it's not really. I don't want to say that. You know what I'm saying? That's like a harsh word, right? But you know what I'm saying? But it's like I feel like misery in my gut. You know what I'm saying? To where I can't shake it. And the only time it leaves whenever I pray. You know what I'm saying? And I don't be knowing who needs the prayer, you know, but I just start praying. You know, I just start praying to the Most High, like whoever it is, give them peace, give them rest, you know, fix it for them, change it, whatever they got going, you know, make that happen for them. You know what I'm saying? But I always say something like, but if it's to hurt me, you know, don't don't fix it for them. So yeah, you know, this one, I guess it was a vision video, because I did see my homie, like, you know what I'm saying, through, you know, like in a vision. But it was crazy, because I was actually like alive, like alive. I was awake, and he would just, this whenever I was kind of avoiding the situation, like I was saying. So and when I was sleeping, I would see him, and I knew I had to pray for him, but I was kind of like, you know, putting it off. And so when I was wide awake, it was just like he would just come, like just flipping in my mind, like when I was just wide awake. And I'm like, okay, man, you got to do something. You got to do something. So that's when I started praying for my dog. And like I said, man, he hit me up with that, man. So, you know, it's a good thing, man. You know, have someone to, you know, pray for you. Because, you know, even though I'm covered, I'm chosen, I'm protected, I'm blessed, all that stuff, I still need prayer. I'm never going to turn nobody's prayers down. You know what I'm saying? So whoever out there, whoever needing this, whoever hearing this, because I know my word gonna be touching people. You know what I'm saying? I know it. You know what I'm saying? Because why would God want me to start with my vision videos? You know what I'm saying? Why would God want me to start that? You know, if it wasn't gonna touch people? Because like I said, it's Him that led me to do these things. I wasn't even doing it. I was just going straight to music videos. You know what I'm saying? And content on a whole nother aspect of it. So yeah, I got that download to do it this way, so that's why I'm doing it. And you know, and I'm having, you know, I'm praying for people, man. I'm praying, you know, praying for people. I'm not praying for the world or nation yet. You know, I'm just praying for people right now. You know what I'm saying? So I just know it's just gonna get better and better and better, and I'm just gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger. You know, because like I said, man, I'm ready to do God's will. You know, I'm ready to get my flowers and my wings. I know people say that whenever people pass away, but now, man, you know, you get that you get that when you're alive. You know what I'm saying? And because you can do a whole lot much with it whenever you're alive. So I'm ready to, you know, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So I'm gonna end this video right here, and you know, and kick off another one, but it's just for the people who's out there and you got a gift and you putting it off because you're waiting on certain equipment, like I was. You waiting on confirmation from the Most High. You're waiting on, you know, whether that's Jesus Christ, the Lord, the Most High, Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you call it. Like I say, everything works. You know, the Most High just revealed to me that His true son his name was Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just what I call him, you know. So I'm not knocking the Jesus Christ people, you know. It's like I always say, just don't try to come tell me I'm doing something wrong, because then I'm gonna pull some research on you and we may have a little debate. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know, we still brothers and we still sisters. You know, we still chosen, man. You know, if you're not chosen, you're following the Most High, following Christ. That's good too. So stop sleeping on your gift. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody can miss something out behind you, because your gifts ain't just for you. Your gifts really never just for you. Whether that's on finance level, it's here for you to bless other people. Whether that's on a spiritual level, you know, material thing, whatever it is, it's not always just for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just to get you so you can elevate, so you can help others. And I'm just glad that you know, that my buddy went through that, because that was confirmation for me, and that's why I'm on it now. And you know what I'm saying? Not that I'm glad that he went through that, because he really could unalive himself, but you know what I mean. It just, you know, like he helped, I helped him out, and then boom, look, he helped me out. So you know, that's how it works out. So yeah, you know, like I said, people just y'all know what y'all got to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I could ever really come on here and just wake people up, other than just giving you confirmation what you already know. You know what I'm saying? It's already programmed, it's already in our DNA, it's already from our ancestors. You know, we just got to come to a quiet place and understand it and tap in. You know what I'm saying? Stop messing around. So yeah, so that's the end of that video. Again, you know, everyone, you know, join the channel. You know, hopefully I got some stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that can touch some of y'all. So like I said, like, subscribe, share, you know what I'm saying, leave a comment if you feel. I think this is my 7th video now, 6th one. So I'm just like starting to put them out. So, you know, I'm fresh. So, all right, y'all have a good day. Hallelujah.